At the hip hop school, past and present.
Special ed, you know, it's been going up all day on social media, pretty much all week.
Special education.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. I got it made, man. So, hey, so what you think about the NWA comment? Do you think it was hating? Did he have a point? What was he trying to say? What you think?
Let me say this first. I watched the interview from start to finish.
Did you like the interview? Did you like the whole interview?
Overall, it was a cool interview, okay. Right?
I ain't like it.
He do a lot for the community.
Yeah.
Do a lot for children. Yeah. First of all, special ed. You know, he got a hit. You know what I'm saying? Hit or two. So he got. You know, everybody know that motherfucker. I got it made. So you gotta listen to a motherfucker, man. You gotta listen to a person talk. And you notice when Nori asked him who you listen to, I don't listen to nobody.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't listen to nobody. Yeah. I don't listen to nobody but me. You know what I'm saying? I don't listen to niggas. So that right there was a red flag. Like, okay, you one of them narcissistic ass, weirdo ass niggas, right? Then he was talking about the movie Juice and his role in Juice. Oh man, you know, they gave it to the other dude. You know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't for Pac, I wouldn't have gotten the movie. Okay, yeah, you started to sound like you're a little bitter. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Then they bring up NWA. Oh man, they led the destruction of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Which is nothing new. We've heard this narrative before that NWA was used by the industry to help bring in gangsterism and destroy the world. It's a debatable point, right? We just not gonna dismiss the point,
right?
But some people be like, man, you know, get the message, forget the messenger. Nah. I'm a fuck a messenger too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If I don't like the messenger and I don't like his energy, I feel like it's disingenuous. And he came out right around that time, the NWA, you know, probably around the second album. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them artists from around, he's not the only one, felt like it was daytime. And NWA took a lot of their time, took a lot of their shine, and took off. I think he's disgruntled. Mm-hmm. I think he's a hater. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he act weird. He a weirdo ass dude anyway with that long ass curl, looking silly as hell. And he's talking about he don't listen to nobody, he don't go to concerts. But then Nori checked him on it. He was like, well, didn't you go to this concert? Oh yeah. Did you go to this concert? Yeah. So now you being proved that you're a liar. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. My whole thing about the NWA thing, I think we talked about it before, because you know we've covered everything. It's the hip hop school, past and present, and we cover a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? It was already we've already stated that art imitates life. Mm-hmm. NWA was rapping about real shit that was going on in Los Angeles and Compton.
For sure.
They can't help what the hell they was growing up and what they was seeing. For sure. That's a fact. It was police brutality. It was gangs. You know what I'm saying? It was misogynistic. All that shit. So, you know, people call them studio gangsters, but what they were saying was some real shit that was going on, and they lied. They seen it. You know what I'm saying? So my thing about the record labels pushing that shit, then you're gonna have to say, well, NWA wasn't really dope. They just got pushed.
Shit.
See what I'm saying? They was dope.
That's the problem. Dope. That's the issue that's the issue with
that destroys their argument.
Exactly.
So if I'm a record owner, a record labels, and I see these motherfuckers making this money ruthless, of course I'm gonna be looking for other people talking about that shit. Cause they making money. That's what record labels. It's a business. They are supposed to make money. They're not supposed to adhere to some fake ass cultural rule that this is where it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, they're not politicians.
They're not politicians. They're here to make money. And at that time, talking that street shit, which New York was talking that street shit, it was just from their perspective. Cool G rap, He was talking that street shit. KRS-One talked that street shit. All of them did. But it was different because it was coming from a different section. There's a different type of aggression, a different type of street shit, different type of violence. So,
and
you know,
let's be honest too. This shit sounded better. Go ahead.
It sounded better. I don't know if it was better. It was different.
Sounded
and it was just as good. We'll say that. It was just as good and it was different. So it all depends on what you like, what you liked more. You know what I'm saying? I equally like NWA as much as I like Public Enemy. I like Ice-T as much as I like fucking KRS-One. It was different, but it was all dope. And when you have an arrogant region who think that everything go through them, man, you know, it's documented facts. They hated on other rappers. They hated on other regions. And they always seem to leave out their bullshit. They always seem to make excuses for their bullshit, bro. And I'll be with it. We can go there with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hip hop historian. I ain't the best, but I know how shit went, and I know how people get at. You know what I'm saying?
I was there. Niggas was there.
You know what I always find interesting is that a lot of people act like bad things were not happening in the world until a rapper picked up a mic.
Yeah, think about it. Who the fuck influenced them? Who influenced them to talk about what they was talking about?
Exactly. So this is the stuff that's going on outside of their door. This is something that they are seeing.
Well,
and when people even say, "Oh, you a studio gangster," I think Ludacris had an interview one time, and people were saying how he a studio gangster or something. I think it was Ludacris, and he was like, "I'm telling a story about what it is that I'm seeing," and if you're telling a story about what it is that you're seeing, and a lot of people did that. And even Charleston White has made mention of that before, where it was a point of time where the rappers, they weren't out here trying to be gangster or anything like that. They were actually just rapping about what they seen. But now you got rappers that's actually trying to be gangster and they got it mixed up. Right. And so they'll call those people studio gangsters. No. This is something that is going on in the neighborhood, and I'm rapping about it. Even when I used to rap, I used to be talking about what I say some shit like posted on the green box, folders and paper sacks, matchboxes full of crack, serving niggas bag for bag. I didn't sell the fucking drugs. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do that shit, but I'm sitting there on the green box with these niggas doing this shit out the matchbox. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, but check it out though. They did tell you who influenced them. Too sure to tell you, it was a pimps in his neighborhood, right? Big Daddy Kane to tell you, it was black exploitation moves from the 70s. They don't never bring up Big Daddy Kane, come out Asiatic king black man, but turn into the chocolate lover pimp on the neck of Playboy magazines with white women. They don't bring that shit up. They leave that shit out, bro. It's criminal minded. KRS-One rapping about sex with a 13-year-old girl. That's a fact.
Rapping about being in a dope spot and busting niggas on 9mm those bang. That's KRS-One. This KRS-One.
So
knowledge.
We not saying that NWA wasn't violent. We not saying it wasn't influential. But if y'all got the smoke for them, keep that smoke balanced. That's all I'm saying. I ain't giving them no excuse. Hell yeah, that shit had some negative influence on children. Sure. It's gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you know, but I'm used to them East Coast cats hating, man, and I'm used to them making excuses.
Yeah.
It's all regional hate. It's disgruntled rappers who felt like just because they've rapped about some positive shit to them that it got to be some grand conspiracy against me. That's a narcissistic, arrogant ass way to look at shit. To think like I'm this motherfucking dope. I ain't going platinum. Oh, it's the record industry. They against me. Come on, man.
Yeah, and then too, especially Ed, he probably needs to concern himself with how the
Who is this? That's a weak argument because a lot of different things going on in the hood, and they chose to focus on the negative.
Okay, we'll circle back to that, but Special Ed probably should have focused on the destruction that it caused upon his child when he got locked up for child support. He probably should focus on that. Like that is something to even take into consideration. But we'll circle back to that comment that said that's a weak argument. AWNC Enterprise, thanks for stopping through. That's a weak argument because a lot of different things go on in the hood. NWA chose to focus on the negative. Okay.
First of all,
now let me address this really quick.
Who I want to bust my gap?
Go ahead.
They are artists and rappers and MCs. You can't tell them how to fuck to express their artistic views. You can't tell them what to focus on. How you gonna tell them what the what? Oh, they told so they can do that. Why not?
Hey, if you go back and listen to Special Ed interview, and this is the part where you can tell he hating. He said he was saying, you know, because Nori was like, oh, because NWA was the first one to say fuck the police, and Special Ed was like, yeah, because we ain't know we could say that. You know what I'm saying? So you could tell he was hating because it's like, oh, okay, so now they are expressing themselves from their perspective. You know what I'm saying? They talking about street conscious shit. They talking about the police. They talking about police brutality. They weren't only talking about all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? They talking about exactly what the fuck goes on.
Special Ed was like, I'm telling you, he's like a white person who talks about racism. They try to act like they're not racist, but it comes out if you let them keep talking. You know what I'm saying? He kept contradicting himself. He was fumbling over shit. Then because he know people watching. Even did you see the his response from him and Daz now?
He bagged up. He bagged up like I'm talking about the FBI.
And then to respond to this person who keep talking about it was gangs everywhere. It was gangs in New York. Gangs New York shit is not like LA New York shit, homie. That's why it's two totally different aggressions. It's a level of aggression. LA gang aggression is way higher than New York gang aggression. So it's going to come out in the music more aggressive. You see what I'm saying? If the West Coast and NWA brought so much destruction and despair, how come the murder rate in this country is down way further today and it's been going down ever since they came out? It was the highest in the 80s when we was boom bapping.
Exactly.
So but the point is, it just ain't the music. It's the environment. You had the height of the crack era, the height of drugs and killing. They throw all that
Hip Hop School, Past and Present Podcast.